How tiring is life at 27 years old? Part 4. I am 28 years old this year, have not graduated from university, have no house, no car, no savings. Working in Wuhan, without a home, earning 74,000 yuan a year before taxes, with no immediate hope and not daring to resign. 2 older sisters are married, the youngest is the younger brother, unmarried, I am the third, female, unmarried, and the 4 are currently 38, 34, 28, 25 years old. My father had cirrhosis of the liver and ascites in 2006, he went to Wuhan for medical examination, the doctor said the condition was too late, the treatment was only more expensive, at that time there was no health insurance in the countryside, he had been hospitalized for a few days. When my father died, my father was emaciated, only my mother and I were next to him. At that time, my brother was 11 years old, I was 14 years old, the house was still in a dilapidated tiled house, with a lot of debt. 2 sisters married poor husbands, children dragged, living sloppily, through the day. I studied again in 2013 and took the second exam in Wuhan, did an internship in 2016. After graduating, I worked in Guangdong for 2 years, paying off a 24,000 yuan student loan and saving money. I saved some money, due to health, I returned to work in Wuhan. My brother graduated from middle school with bad grades, so he went out to work at the age of 15. It started working by borrowing other people's identity cards, it's been 10 years now. In 2016, the government provided 30,000 yuan for the goal of poverty alleviation, plus money from my brother and I, together we converted the tile-roofed houses in the countryside into 1-story houses. Since my father's death, my family is low income. In the past 10 years, I have accumulated more than 40,000 yuan. Before my second sister got married, she gave the family 50,000 yuan from his part-time job. In 2019, I still have 50,000 yuan in my hand. With this 140,000 yuan, I strongly demanded to buy a house for my brother in the district, because I thought it was difficult for my brother to get married, so in early 2020, I bought a house. House for younger brother in county town, 200,000 yuan in advance, 60,000 yuan borrowed from relatives, 3,100 yuan monthly mortgage. To date, the family has no money left. I'm 28 years old and have nothing, I'm the only one in my family studying at university, I should share more with my family, I feel so helpless. Recently, I buy lottery tickets every week, always dreaming of winning the lottery. If I win the lottery, I will first pay off the 60,000 yuan that my family borrowed, give some money to my sisters, so that they can buy a house. Quickly, then buy a house for my mother and children. When one is going crazy and depressed, daydreaming about these vain things seems to relieve the depression in the heart. Everyone's life in my family is like a rotten and arduous book that I don't know where to start. Behind a life of helplessness is often a helpless family, then many helpless descendants, then the next generation. In the old days, in the family, boys were really precious like gold, but girls were not loved, because at that time having a son was an obsession, parents did not get much education, so hopefully their children will accept it. Awake how much? The most important thing is that the child has come to this world and can only work hard to live. I'm very sad, my children's health is not good, sometimes no matter how tired I have to work, I can't do anything if my health is not good. As for buying a house, because I don't have a house, my brother didn't even have a chance to see his eyes. Moreover, homeless children are not allowed to go to school, the sisters' children can only study in the countryside because there is no home in the district town, a class has more than a dozen children. It could be that I don't have the resources to invest hundreds of thousands of dollars to learn something in this day and age. I can't think of anything that can make a steady profit without losing money, and no one in my family, I have the courage to use all my assets to do something. As for myself, I am not so selfless, but I am even more aware of my responsibility to my family, because I was entrusted by my father on the hospital bed. In other words, I read books in vain, my eyesight is poor, I accept, because I have been there since my father became ill. At that time my mother was on her knees begging the doctor to save my father, I was determined to make money at all costs. Actually, I should also thank the government. I don't know where else. My family gets a lot of attention from the government. If it weren't for the state's poverty reduction policy, maybe my family would still be just a family. Tiled house, and I can't buy a house. As for paying the debt to the country, I can't right now. A few days ago, I read this quote, even if there are big waves, never give up. It's really nice. This is also a phrase that I always use to motivate myself. I may still be pessimistic, depressed, even sleepless every night, but I won't give up hope.